The Silent Generation, born 1928-1945. First up, the Silent Generation, born during economic hardship and World War. Their style was all about function first, flair second. Think tailored suits, modest dresses, classic cuts, neutral colors. Clothes were repaired, reused, and rarely flashy, because fabric was precious and practicality reigned. That quiet elegance reflected a generation raised on rationing, rebuilding, and restraint. On camera, you might imagine tidy pleated skirts, fedora hats, and polished leather shoes. The original, its classy crew. You can still see this legacy in modern minimalist and heritage fashion. Slow fashion vibes and neutral palettes that whisper timeless, not trendy. Baby boomers, born 1946, 1964. Boomers had the advantage of post-war economic boom. Suddenly people had disposable income and self-expression was in vogue. Early boomers lived the polished 1950s look. Think fitted dresses and tailored suits. But by the 60s, the youth quake hit. Youth culture reshaped fashion with miniskirts, bold prints, boho and psychedelic style, and yes, bell-bottoms and tie-dye. The word youth quake literally described how young people started dictating the direction of fashion. Suddenly, youth culture mattered, and style became loud, colorful, and rebellious. Today, platforms like Instagram still trade on 60s/70s nostalgia and throwback silhouettes. And that's boomers' fashion legacy. Generation X, born 1965, 1980. The forgotten generation grew up between boom and digital revolution. Their fashion? Rugged, grungy, and rebellious. This is where grunge bursts on the scene. Ripped jeans, flannel shirts, combat boots, thrifted clothes, and DIY attitude. Grunge wasn't about looking perfect. It was about not caring. It came from rock culture, Nirvana tees, and thrift store chic, which started out decades earlier and migrated into Gen X aesthetics. You'll also see punk influences, leather jackets, studs, and band tees, and early streetwear. They were the generation that mixed anything, often intentionally messy, and modern fashion still riffs off that anti-mainstream ethos. Millennials, born 1981, 1996. Millennials grew up on the cusp of internet culture. First it was TV malls, then digital marketplaces. Fashion was about branding, comfort, and experimentation. Early 2000s brought low-rise jeans, crop tops, baby tees, velour tracksuits. Logo culture exploded, Hollister tees, Abercrombie polos, chunky accessories. Athleisure emerged. Leggings and hoodies became everyday wear. Millennials were blending luxury and affordability, with fast fashion fueling constantly shifting trends. It was bold, playful, and in your face and very early internet. Today, millennial style comes back in retro 90s/2000s nostalgia, especially through vintage and streetwear collections. Generation Z, born 1997-2012. Zoomers are digital natives, and their fashion is all about identity, remix, and sustainability. They don't stick to one thing. They mash up Y2K aesthetic, thrifted vintage pieces, oversized silhouettes, cosplay-inspired looks, and eco-friendly layers. That early 2000s vibe, low-rise jeans, baggy pants, baby tees, has exploded back into popularity thanks to Gen Z's love for Y2K revival. But it's not just about nostalgia. Gen Z also pushes gender-fluid fashion, thrift store remix culture, and sustainable upcycling. Social media fuels hyper-fast cycles, so trends rise and fall in weeks instead of seasons. It's fashion by algorithm, and a bit chaotic in the best way. And now we've reached the youngest generation so far. Generation Alpha. These are the kids born in the 2010s, and after they didn't grow up with technology, they were born into it. iPads, YouTube, TikTok, AI, screens everywhere that's just normal life to them. So their fashion is super playful and internet-inspired. It's less about rules and more about vibes. You'll see a lot of pastel colors, cute graphics, comfy fits, Y2K throwbacks, and mix-and-match styles they saw online. Their clothes are made to look good on camera because everything ends up online somehow. Basically, Generation Alpha dresses like main character energy, but make it kid-friendly. Their fashion is about comfort, creativity, and fun, not impressing people, just expressing themselves.